Hey everybody, this is Royal here with a new video. Where I'm talking, as you can obviously see or tell. But yeah, I just wanted to go over, now that season 51 is done, just a channel update video in regards to what it is I'm doing in TCG right now, my thoughts on Lunalight in that format over Master Duel, just because I feel like I've kind of gone over my thoughts about how it is in Master Duel already, and made that super clear, but I haven't done TCG content in a while, and I'll sort of explain why that is. There will be genuinely a lot of different tangents that I'll go on in this video, and I'll make sure that each and every single thing is time stamped in the video proper. But yeah, I just wanted to bring something different than just the typical gameplay or even like combo tutorials. But yeah, but as you can tell, this is me. This is my Master Duel. You can sort of see the decks that I have. Where's my actual, yeah. Like, pretty standard Luna list that I keep promoting on my videos. That's not changed. But you'll see in the later parts of the videos, I'll go over some of the sort of specific texts that I use, specifically in the extra deck, or that are common in the extra deck as well. But with that all said and done, I'm going to transition onto another platform. So yeah, if you're not aware, what I used to use to record Lunalight post support but pre-Master Duel getting the support is this application called MD Pro 3. This is an unofficial mod using the Master Duel assets and UI, basically created to, show off to be a much more upscaled free simulator. It basically has all of the new cards that are in TCG and OCG in a much more prettier sense. But yeah, I use this prior to doing all of the Master Duel content that I've done before, but very quickly I stopped using it. And I'll sort of explain why here. Specifically, a lot of people were not fans of the other free simulators in terms of an aesthetic perspective. Those being Omega, those being Edo Pro, Dueling Nexus, and Dueling Book. Just because they aren't as easy to follow as, Master Duel is, or MD Pro 3 is. But genuinely, I don't really like MD Pro 3 in terms of the dueling aspect. The reasons being that, one, the servers are really bad. Basically, the timer that you get not only runs on your turn, but it also runs on your opponent's turn if they're doing specific actions, where you have to counteract those things. And yes, that's something that happens in Master Duel as well, but it would run while your opponent was doing actions, which already puts you on a time crunch. Secondly, the servers disconnected a lot, to the point where, say I'm doing a combo, it would freeze on me. The timer would still keep going, but I can't take any actions. My opponent is waiting for me to take an action, and I would just be sitting there hoping that my game would restart or get back into it. And that just really didn't make for a very fun gameplay experience. And three, it was very much a struggle to get replays. MD Pro 3 generally uses the OCG ban list, which isn't really a problem because the Master Duel uses a very similar ban list or kind of like a basis for their ban list by using the OCG one. But a lot of people that I faced on MD Pro 3 were pretty much very unserious. They did not play meta decks. They played a lot of rogue or a lot of jank or a lot of slop. I'll be honest, within my first month of playing MD Pro 3, I faced more Blind Second Cyber Dragon in that month than I did my entirety of playing Master Duel, which I started in the second season of. So season 2, and now we're already in season 51 as the recording of this video. It was just very unfun gaming and a gameplay experience. I know there is a server on MD Pro 3 that allows you to play TCG format, but I think the servers on MD Pro 3 are so bad that I actually just rather not use the application at all outside of combo tutorials, just to be honest. I know a lot of people just really don't like the look of Edo Pro, which is the main application online that I use. But the gameplay experience is just so much cleaner in my experience. And it's just, for me, not worth using MD Pro 3. I know other creators such as Jaden BR, Omni Reborn, Zanza, Black Rose Duelist, you know, my peers, my contemporaries, they use MD Pro 3 for like gameplay reasoning or gameplay videos. I just can't do it. This application does not work for me for that purpose, and I just rather only use it for combo tutorials. But yeah, but with that said, we're gonna transition onto another app, and we'll actually get to go over what it is that I've been doing in TCG. So yeah, let's go. And now here we are on Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega. Very pretty app, I'm not gonna lie. I've only been using it as of recently. But yeah, let's talk about what I was doing post dropping MD Pro 3 Lunalight content, because that app sucked. So if you're not already aware, I do moderate a hero Discord server for a fellow content creator, Amira Phoenix. He is a good friend of mine and was the sort of catalyst of what really got me on my YouTube path. He really boosted my traction a lot, and can't really thank him enough for that. Yeah, thanks, bro. But anyway, one of the big things that I started doing as a mod there was implementing free educational streams for more rogue or anime strategies. So I worked with a lot of the content creators that we do have on that specific server to just, you know, produce more educational content for people. Whether that was Taro with DDD, Zanza with Galaxy Eyes, Omni Reborn with a lot of hero stuff, and, you know, other people. So after I stopped doing that, I started on my free time also committing to that. I did that for Lunalight, and after that I was like, I want to do it for other decks that I thought were cool or interesting or underrepresented. So after I stopped playing MD Pro 3 for Lunalight specifically, I took about a month and a half to properly learn Utopia. And no, I'm not talking about Onomat Ryzeal. I'm talking about Onomat Utopia, played by Yuma Tsukumo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. And this is a sort of example list that I have. It's a little bit closer to current like format on in Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. And I'll give, like, in a very brief rundown, I thought the deck was fine. It plays very linear. It's very easy. It's very accessible. The deck has a lot of tools with the new Onomat cards. But it generally just wasn't for me. After the month and change of learning it and doing the educational stream on it, I just thought that ultimately, while it was a fun experience for the short while that I did it, that I would want to focus my efforts elsewhere. And yeah. But all the streams that I personally did, I'll tag in the description below or in the comments or whatever. But yeah, no, this was a cool deck to talk about. And it's definitely one that, at least for myself, that I wanted to do just because the content that's out there for this deck is either very minimal or very bad. But yeah, that said, let's move on to the next deck. All right, following that up is White Forest Azamina. So I actually did a stream on this for that server before I ended up doing the one for Utopia, and that is because, if you're not already aware, although I have admitted it multiple times, White Forest Azamina specifically is my second most favorite deck in the game, only behind Lunalight. When they had actually announced White Forest in the OCG, which ended up being released in, if I remember correctly, the Infinite Forbidden, I was like, this looks cool. I like synchros. I feel like these cards, just because they're in a lore deck with the Snake Eye stuff, that this is a deck that can get future support that'll make it either super cool, super fun, super dynamic. And they did exactly just that. I love this deck with like all of my heart. Admittedly, it is a very solitaire deck going first. And I know a lot of people do not genuinely like this deck, but it has generally been my second baby, my second child, for a very long time now. And specifically with the new Dark Magician of Destruction package that was released in Mesa Muertos, it just makes this deck so much more dynamic, so much more fun. And I think the deck is just generally fun, and, you know, generally. Like, I could over-bloviate this sort of thing. So, like, when Lunalight was like really bad in Master Duel, like I'm talking Ryziel, Malice format, and even formats before that, I was actually using White Forest to take me from Diamond to like Master 1. Like, I would probably say there's about 2 seasons where this deck carried me to Master 1, and not specifically Lunalight. I wasn't really a big fan of the Fiendsmith stuff, because I thought the Fiendsmith stuff and how it applied to the deck was just so boring. And I was like hard coping on the toy box stuff. But even then, I just thought this deck is so fun. Like, I'll survive. I've played the Fiendsmith like variant of White Forest, and it is very good. It's very hyper consistent, and it does have a lot of board breaking tools. But I just wanted something that was a little bit more pure. And when they had the support that was eventually released in Alliance Insight, I was like so on board with it. I was like, I don't have to use these like Fiendsmith cards anymore, or these toy box cards, and it can stand on its own merit. So this is the deck or the deck list that I've been currently playing with it in TCG, and it's just so fun. Like, I do definitely need to fix some things, but genuinely one of the funner decks that I play, and it is definitely, if I'm not playing Lunalight, I'm definitely playing this. That said, it is not the current deck that I am playing in TCG, and we'll get to that right now. Transition. There she is, the GOAT, Lunalight Liger Dancer. Yeah, as you can already imagine, my most played TCG deck, or one of my most played TCG decks, is Lunalight proper. I mean, I'm a Lunalight channel. What do you expect? Yeah, no, I still love this deck. I still enjoy this deck, and yeah, I want to keep talking about it or keep showing gameplay on it. If I'm talking like how it is currently in TCG format, for me, it feels super solid. It feels super good. I know solid and good don't really go together, but bear with me here, people. Yeah, no, I just really enjoy the deck, and I think it still works super well in TCG. As you can sort of see, it mirrors a lot of the same philosophies that I take into Master Duel, because my Master Duel deck list is basically how close can I get to my TCG deck list in Master Duel, and go from there. Yeah, I know one of the big things that people always ask me, especially in Master Duel specifically, is like, why don't you run heavy poly? And I'm just like, I do run heavy poly. I just run in TCG, and I specifically run in the side deck. I don't know. I feel like partially I do fall into the camp of like Ryan Hughes, where it's just like, yeah, there are weaknesses to the card, and it forces you to sequence in a specific way. It forces you to sort of use your hand in a suboptimal way sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But also, I just think it's fun. I do think it's just much more fun to break boards with Engine, which this deck can do if you half-board them. Not that you'll rarely ever do that, because this deck doesn't run a lot of non-Engine. Or just like, I don't know, I think there's just so many ways that you can break boards just by using tempo, learning how to like accumulate card advantage without necessarily like, oh, I resolved Tenki, oh, I resolved Masquerade, that sort of thing. So yeah, I will say, yeah, I think I'll be playing Lunalight for a very long time. I don't see it really getting hit in TCG. I don't really see it getting hit in Master Duel, to be honest, either. Like, we just got a new ban list as of me recording this video that I'm doing right now. Like, Yummy got hit, Draco Tail got hit, Odeon got hit, Vanquish Soul got hit. Screw those decks. Lunalight best deck, baby. Let's go! Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, I think, yes, my deck list isn't particularly standard. I don't run the double hound, and I've been very bullish on that. And yeah, I don't run the heavy poly in the main. I run it in the side, just because I really want something that's a little bit more, not consistent, but I don't want to draw heavy poly going first. I want to minimize as much variance as possible, and I just want something that's a little bit cleaner for my taste. But yeah, this is definitely one of the decks that I play the most in TCG. But I have found a new child that I'm so happy to introduce y'all to, and let's get into that. And here is my new third child, Exosister. Yeah, so alongside White Forest and Lunalight, I was speaking to one of my friends who is also volunteered to one of the educational streams on the Amir Phoenix Discord server. You should join if you want to talk to me, or the Lunalight Discord server if you want to talk to me. I'm active in both. But my new child is Exosister. It kind of was like, oh, I've played this deck before. Like, it's cool, but, you know, I don't know how good the new support is. So I'll test it out, and I'll see if I like it or not. This deck is so fun in a way that if I compare it to Utopia, being the other Xyz heavy deck that I've played before, it's just like night and day. Just how much better it is. For me, the new support in Betrayal and Carmel, they're just absolutely fantastic. Like Carmel being a sort of pseudo Omni Negate, pseudo like Phantom of Yubel, I think is super cool. Betrayal is just absolutely custom. I love that card. It just makes the strategy just pop off so much harder than like one would expect. But yeah, this is what I've genuinely spent a lot of my time on in the last, I want to say, month and a half. Like, I still am playing Lunalight. I still am playing White Forest Azamina. But usually if I'm queuing up online, it's usually playing this. And I know what you're thinking. You see the card in the top left corner, you're just like, oh my god, he's playing a Shifter deck. And yes, I know Shifter is cringe. But you know what's not cringe? Winning's not cringe. Let's go. Yeah, no, I just really do enjoy Exosister. And it is actually the deck that I will be doing a educational stream on in the next 2 weeks or so. Because the deck is fun, and I think it does have its place as like an anti-meta rogue deck strategy in the meta. The amount of people that I've had scoop on like Exosister Asophiel, aka Exosister Abyss Dweller, is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. And it puts up so much disruption without minimal summons. Like, you're not playing into Nib. You can play around Droll. You don't play super heavy into Fua. You play a little bit harder into Perulia. But no, this deck is like, it's just fun. It's super cool. And I feel like there's so much for me to learn about this deck that I genuinely will probably be playing this deck for a very long time as like my third child. Like, yeah, it is just a very fun deck. And it's not as flexible as, say, Lunalight is or White Forest is. But in that, I think it's cool that it's a archetype that's very condensed in itself. It's like you're mainly playing Exosister to play Exosisters. You like the aesthetic, you like the gameplay. You're not like trying to force fit different variants. You're not trying to force fit Ryzeal or Magistus or Anamat. It's just like very self-condensed, and it works super perfectly. And yeah, no, I think it's definitely something you should pick up in either TCG or Master Duel. And I hope that when I eventually do the educational stream on it, that people lock in and have fun with it. But yeah.